जय श्री गुरु गौरांग गिरिधारी राधा ललिता रुचि की जय रदरमन बिहारी रघुनाथ बिहारी रघुनंद बिहाचु की जय श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन की जय रघु दामोदर श्याम सुंदर गोकुल नंद राधरमन की जय कृष्ण बलराम महाराज की जय कृष्ण विष्णु पाद स्तोत्र सत्य श्रीमद भक्तिवेदांत नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज की जय विष्णुपाद परिव्राज कचर्य श्रीमद भक्तिवेदांत मधुसूदन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय रूपनुग गुदे गुरुवर्ग की जय परमराजितम गुरुपाद पद्म की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि Bo. So welcome everyone, Hare Krishna. As we sometimes say jokingly, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, a continuing program. So we will sing Mangala Charana or auspicious invocation, so that transcendental vibration enters the room. Anyway, we're impressed you're living healthy life, organic life, nice community spirit. So we'll learn something. Today we also want to learn something from you, but we can give you also opportunity to learn from our divine masters, the wisdom of life. So just a few mantras in the beginning. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayani Iti Namine Devam Narayanam Bande Vrindavana Nivasinam Anantaguna Bhushita Koti Vatsalya Rupinam Gaura Kripa Vigrahaya Gaurangasya Priyatmane Tam Rupam Satatam Bande Majjivanasya Jivanam Virahena Sadaya Chetava Pada Padmeshame Ashraya Charane Dehi Gurudevi Kripamaya Radha Pakshapatitvena Krishna Pakshaparajita Atyalla Saharshananda Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Acharya Simharupine Shishimad Bhakti Pragyana Keshava Iti Namine Radhe Radhe Timokabje Yasya Spurati Abhikshnam Radhe Priya Swarupa Shri Jivana Janardanam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Tinamine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Dayataya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jala Premadya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namastute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddhapa Siddhanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshadvairagya Murtaye Vipralamba Rasambode Padambujayate Nama Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumestam Nirdeshta Sajana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannatha Te Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tvishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Jayatam Surato Pangora Mama Manda Matergati Matsarvasva Padambojo Radha Madana Mohana Divya Vrindaranya Kalpadrumado Shrimat Ratnagara Simhasanasto Shishi Radha Shila Govinda Devo Prishtalibhi Sevyamana Smarami Shriman Rasa Rasarambi Vamshi Bhata Tatastitaha Harshan Vinur Swanar Gopir Gopinata Shriyastuna Vrindaye Tulsidevya Priyaye Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Pradedevi Satyavatyaya Namo Namaha Panchata Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadatar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktar. Now you see this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. At the end we can vibrate it several times together. And please follow. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Brilliant. Several more times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Excellent. Another time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. So, thank you very much. And first of all, my unlimited Dandavat Pranams, obeisances to my spiritual master, Nitila Prishta Vishnupad Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, my instructing spiritual master, Srimad Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj, all devotees and friends here in this organic farm. We're very, very happy to be with you because you know the value of healthy life, organic life, pure life. So this process is called yoga, but more specifically Bhakti-yoga. Bhakti means devotion. So devotion, love and devotion is the purest thing. This is what we're really seeking in this material world. In this material world, what people call love is actually only semblance. It's type of illusory representation because it's temporary. Every love in this world is temporary. And also it's quite egoistic, you know, we have to start from sad things, unfortunately, you know, but it's true. The first thing I mentioned, it's temporary, and second thing, it's egoistic, means I love you actually means I love me. I love me, and you are so instrumental for that I'm using you for the love of me. You see, that's how it is. It's called exploitation. So you can see the map of spiritual and material worlds according to the Vedas. You know, Vedas are the ancient-most scriptures recorded on this planet. So according to the Vedas, this material world, which you can see, the lower sphere, is called the world of exploitation. Means I love me world. And the upper world, the spiritual world, or transcendental world, is called the world of dedication. So dedication means causeless, selfless love. In this material world, almost always, that love is having some cause. You know? I want something for myself, I want to enjoy. But the main principle which is maintained in the Vedas, that the main enjoyer is, most welcome, thank you, is called Bhagavan. Bhagavan means possessor of all opulences. That is the Supreme Lord, Bhagavan. Different names, different names. Somebody calls Krishna, we call Krishna. Somebody calls Vishnu. Somebody calls Narayan. Different abodes. Somebody calls Jehovah. Somebody calls Buddha. Different names, different as Allah. Different aspects. But the main principle is that he is the possessor of all opulences, and he is the object of all love, actually, of those who want to achieve real happiness. Because happiness in this world, as your famous countryman said, a warm gun. It's very warm, very pleasant, but then it shoots, and then you can feel some consequences. So happiness is flickering, temporary, unreliable. But in the spiritual world, our message to tell you today, according to the Vedas, happiness in spiritual world is permanent, never-ending, and transcendental. Transcendental means out of control of material energy. Material energy is ruling this material world. It's called Maya. Ma means not, and Ya means that which is not. So we can see some objects, we can express some love forever, but then, say, so many people are attached to the houses, but then they have to go. The house goes too. If they have children, grandchildren, most welcome. Children, grandchildren, goes to the family. People forget about their parents, grandparents, So that's all very, very temporary. That's why spiritual world is our permanent, eternal home. Vedic scriptures are saying those who are coming there are never coming back. In this material world, we have to go up and down all the time. There are 14 planetary systems. Within those planetary systems, there are many, many souls, conditioned souls like us. 8,400,000 species of life, always experiencing birth, growth, maturity, creating side products, dwindling, and death. These 6 stages, always repeating. That is called samsara or material life. So the process of yoga is dedicated to complete cessation of this circle, yes. Cycle, this circle. So when you walk a long way and then you find that you've come to the same place, this is called circle. You see? So when I was young, my parents were taking me to a kids' cafe, and there was a squirrel in the circle. And the squirrel was running all the time. So squirrel was sure that she's performing a very nice job, important job, running. But running, actually, nowhere. So a lot of work, money for nothing, as your countryman said, right? So it's called like a cursed circle. We can never go out. But the process of yoga is something which brings us closer to spiritual reality. So this transcendental world is the object of meditation of the great sages, yogis, since time immemorial. That is also the object of meditation of great scientists. Even quantum mechanics discovered that world by empiric methods. But alas, you cannot go there by material methods, because your false ego will not let you enter that, because you're selfish. So you have to stay here in the world of exploitation, where only egoists can stay. And those who become, I would say, transcendental altruists, then they go to a spiritual sphere, to a spiritual realm, and they stay there forever. Because in the spiritual world, the main feature is it's eternal now. It's never, the time there is never divided into past, present, and future. Time here in the material world is a devouring factor. It devours everything. It devours, ruins the great civilizations. It's death personified, actually, time. So many civilizations, you see the ruins, you see the pyramids, you see the, underwater cities, which were some thousands of years ago, were on the surface. All of a sudden they're found, in pristine conditions sometimes. It's so amazing. But they're ruined, forgotten. But in spiritual world, nothing is ruined now, nothing is forgotten. It's eternal now, and that eternal presence is going deeply, 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 and becoming more and more relishable. That is called rasa. Rasa. So in the Vedas, there's one aphorism: raso vai saha. He is rasa. Rasa means taste. Taste. One of our spiritual masters has used the English word mellow. This mellow is like deep, saturated taste of transcendental relationships between Bhagavan, you heard this name, means Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan, and living entity, the soul. So, how to get connected? By the process of yoga. So this word yoga means to join, to unite. Also, these words are very similar, you can hear. And actually the root, Indo-European root, is the same, join. Jog means join, jog means unite. And many other languages, I can speak in 4 languages, can give class in 4 languages. So those languages also, especially Slavic, Baltic, I come from Lithuania myself, so Baltic languages very much in common with Sanskrit, so we can see trace out those main roots, common roots. So so that's a union. While we're in this material world, we're thinking, I am the enjoyer, and it's a great blunder. We're not the enjoyers, because the soul by nature is female, and the nature of female entity is to be enjoyed by the transcendental male. And the transcendental male is called in the Vedas Purusha. Purusha means the enjoyer. He's the seer also. He sees everyone, and he's eager to enjoy and give happiness to everyone. Krishna, this name, you see, Hare Krishna. Krishna means all attractive. So he's all attractive. Akarshana in Sanskrit means to attract. So also the main feature of Krishna, his main great quality is Bhagavan, a great possessor of all qualities. The main quality is he is beautiful. That's why we say Shri Krishna. Shri means beauty. Shri also means saintly, many connotations, but Shri Krishna, when you say, when Indians see us, they always say Jai Shri Krishna. But this Shri means beauty. So his beauty is just amazing. His beauty is just incomparable. So he attracts all the living entities by his beauty, by his pastimes, by his beautiful form, by his flute play especially. Krishna is well known as flute player. So that's why all the living entities become attracted by Krishna, who is new Cupid, Madan Mohan, who has conquered the Cupid of this material world. This material world has one, most welcome, please come. There are some chairs for you to sit still. So in this material world, the material Cupid, he has bow and arrows. So he shoots and pierces the hearts of young boys and young girls. So they write on the walls, pierced heart and love forever. But nothing is forever. That's the ironical, the tragical factor, Nothing is forever. Broken heart, that's why heart broken, and it's broken forever and no love. The only thing which is forever in this world is the deterioration. That is really forever. But yeah, to be honest, actually also temporary, because this material world is also temporary. Sometimes it evolves from the transcendental body of Mahavishnu. You see Mahavishnu here. So these universes, like little bubbles, are coming from his transcendental pores of his body. Then they come back. So according to schedule, you say in British English, schedule, this material world is created and destroyed, created and destroyed, created and destroyed, So we take birth and die, take birth and die, take birth and die. So that is the cycle. But in spiritual world, that is the eternity. Eternity, knowledge, and bliss. You must have heard Sat Chidananda. Have you heard Sat Chidananda? So Sat means eternity. Chit means consciousness or knowledge. And bliss means Ananda. Ananda means bliss. So Sat Chit Ananda. In this world, opposite. No, Asat Achit Nirananda. Asat means no eternity, no knowledge, and no bliss. Yeah? One Vedic aphorism is saying that Rishanna Bhinna. One is not a philosopher if he doesn't beat another philosopher. So you have to, in order to establish yourself as a philosopher, you have to beat another philosopher, become the champion, you know. So everybody wants to become a champion. It means there are losers, and those who are champions proudly singing, "No time for losers, because we are the champion." Sorry, I'm quoting local mantras. Anyway, but you know what these songs are about, you know. And they are still trying to enjoy in this world and to be the champions, and we keep on trying. No, we'll keep on trying. We still want, but then they sing again, "I can get no satisfaction," you know. So, you know, all these songs are saying about the same, that as Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada said, this world is not a place for a gentleman. So if a gentleman, you know, this is like a club of beginning, aspiring ladies and gentlemen. You know, we want to really become ladies and gentlemen, means the yogis. Okay, so if a gentleman finds himself in an improper place, or a lady, you know, immediately leaves. So there was one story I'll tell you. There was one saint in Vrindavan. There was one temple built by him. You know, his name was Lala Babu. Sometimes you go to this temple, you remember. So in the 19th century, lived in the beginning in British India. He was very rich. He was such a rich person, amazingly rich. And he had a competitor. And that competitor built another temple. I come from Vrindavan. We live in Vrindavan. So this story is about one temple in Vrindavan. So his business competitor built an amazing temple in Vrindavan, Rangaji. You know, it belongs to different school, but anyway, amazing temple, 19th century, same as Ranga Dev, same construction. So that Lala Babu went to Vrindavan, and he met one saint. That saint's name was what's his name? Krishnadas Babaji. And that Babaji said, oh yeah, first, I'm sorry, before he met the saint, he decided to build a temple. So he built that temple, amazing temple, gorgeous temple. And the deity of Krishna Chandra is there. So he was worshipping the deity of Krishna Chandra. But he invested all of his money and he became penniless. He gave everything to Krishna. He became penniless, having probably just one chadar, means like a shawl, and a loincloth. That's what he was having. So, and then he met, Krishna sent him an amazing saintly person, Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj. And he said, oh, you've built this temple, very good, but now you have to build a temple in your soul, in your heart. You have to build a temple in your heart. Or how to do that? First, you have to get purified. You have to get purified. So how is that? Oh, go to your business competitor, you know, go to your business competitor and ask for alms. Stay in the queue. There are some beggars, you know, in India, masses of beggars. So they come for some alms, and that Set, his Lakshmi, not Set, the name was. So he will give you the alms, same as to all others. Don't ask for more. All right, he stood in the queue, and his former business competitor finally faced him and said, oh, that is you. But they were having so much, you know, they were having some court cases before. They had some conflicts on financial grounds. But anyway, he humbly came to beg for some alms. And Lakshmanath said, "Oh, well, you're worthy of a kingly offering, actually. No. I need just some grains. Please give me some grains or some coins, whatever. That's all right." So Babaji said, in this humble mood, perform bhajan. He told him to perform austerities, very, very severe austerities, and chant the holy name all the time. So Lala Babu was chanting the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, this Mahamantra. And then finally he got purified. So when he got purified, then Babaji Maharaj, that same saint, automatically came before him. It's very symbolic, because we don't come to Guru. Guru comes to us. That's the thing. When Lord's mercy, Krishna's mercy, becomes very, very thick, then Guru comes to us automatically himself. He's sent to us. That's very, very deep. So then Guru said, I will give you initiation. Now you're ready. And he gave him Diksha, means divine knowledge, and transcendental mantra. So that person became known as Lala Babu. And now before we enter the temple, we go to his samadhi, his, how to say, transcendental body is there. So why did I tell that story? To say that even you're very, very rich. So I actually told this story to tell you how Lala Babu became renounced. You know how? Every day, while he was still rich, I'm returning to him, beginning of the story, while he was rich, he used to take a boat and go to the other side of the river where there was beautiful forest. So he was walking there and returning. So one morning, he was coming out of home, and washing lady told her helper, "Oh, it's time to burn vasana." Vasana is a type of pigment they used to burn before those toxic powders were invented. They're washing their clothes in the holy lakes, kundas nowadays, and so much pollution because of those toxic powders. I'm sure you use something alternative now, but anyway, so there was vasana as a type of resin which was burned for the purpose of washing. So, but vasana also has meaning material desires. So he heard that from the washing lady, and the washing lady said, "It's time to burn vasana." He said, "Oh, it's time to burn my material desires." So he took it as a hint. So he took a boat to another side, and on the side, two boatmen were conversing. And he was walking in the forest, and started getting dark. So before going back, he overheard the conversation of the two boatmen. Sun is setting. It's time to go to the other side. So he was thinking, oh, the sun of my life is setting. It's time to go to the other side of the ocean of material suffering, birth and death, old age and disease. So he took it as a hint, and he was trying to sleep. He could not sleep really. And he decided, okay, I'm leaving. But still he was hesitating a little bit. And in the morning, he was coming out of his home, and the yard keeper, there was some situation, I don't know, some dangerous situation, something was falling or something was, there was some, heavy things were being thrown away. I don't know what was going on, but he said, oh, sir, get out of here, get out. The yard keeper told him, get out. These were the last words. Sometimes you can see in your life how the Lord tells you through someone, if some important event is to happen in your life, then Krishna, the Lord, will tell you through some person, not even indirectly, but quite directly. Also, get out of here, like this. So, he went to Vrindavan. So that was our, how to say, first part through this allegorical story about Lala Babu, who told you about the necessity of sailing across the ocean of this material world. But you can see on this map, if you look diligently, there's one line, you know, this path going from this universe. This is one of the universes, many, you see bubbles coming from Mahavishnu's body. So our universe is one of them, there are trillions. But this path is leading all the way up to the eternal abode. It's called Vaikuntha in the Vedas. Vai means without, Kuntha means suffering. So no birth, no death, no old age, no disease, no time, no space, but eternal now and eternal Sat Chit Ananda, eternity, knowledge and bliss. So this process is called Bhakti-yoga. Bhakti means love and devotion. So the main process of this Bhakti-yoga is chanting of the holy name, mantra yoga. In previous ages, there were different ways, different paths of spiritual perfection. Golden age, silver age, copper age, iron age, they change each other. Right now we live in iron age. It's like the night. And the morning is golden age, Satya Yuga, then silver age, Treta Yuga, then copper age, Dvapara Yuga, and then Kali Yuga is this iron age of quarrel and hypocrisy. So the only path in Satya Yuga, in golden age, was meditation. Everybody was meditating and everybody was going to spiritual world massively. There was practically no sin, like no deviations. Everybody was totally devoted to the Lord. So then Silver Age came, people were already not so pure, so they were performing fire sacrifices. Who of you have been to India? Okay, good. So you must have seen some yagyas, probably, some fire sacrifices, have you? Swaha, they're offering oblations to the fire, the grains, oil, like this, and the fire pit, I would say yagya pit, the place where they offer that is like the mouth of Vishnu, so he's accepting that. So then people became more polluted by material desires. So later, another process was introduced, worshipping of the deities. So later, Kali Yuga started, people became so impure, so deviated, very, very unfortunate, not, how to say, having any spiritual tendencies. So only chanting, the chanting of the holy name became the process. So this chanting is the main process in this fallen age. You don't need any qualification, no need of initiation, no need to be a brahmana, no need to be born in India. Human body is the only qualification. Preferably not dumb, so that you can use your articulation organs, you can speak, you can chant like this. So this Mahamantra means the great song of deliverance of your mind. Man means mind, Tra means deliverance, and Maha means great. So you can see three names, Hare, Krishna and Rama. Here in England, here in Britain, you've heard it many times. But since this is the greatest mantra in this age, that's why it's very, very popular. It's become popular all over the world. So Hare is the name of this transcendental energy of the Lord. Her name is actually Radha. You see Radha here? This is Krishna and this is Radha. So she's the supreme, most merciful, internal energy of the Lord. So that's why she can give all perfection. Yeah. She's personification of Ananda, pleasure, bliss. And Krishna, you heard, this is most attractive. And Rama means all joyous, giving all joy. So Hare Krishna means Radha and Krishna together. This is the eternal union of male and female, supreme male and supreme female together. So when you chant this Mahamantra, then your eternal tendency for transcendental service to the divine couple, Shishirada and Krishna, is being activated. And our spiritual body, which now we have just as a potential in our heart, is just a spark, like a seed, we can say. So it becomes growing. And our spiritual bodies gradually start manifesting. And the pivot of this process of bhakti is called Swarupa Siddhi, means the perfection of your spiritual body. Now we're thinking that we have all these material names, we have our nationality, we have our, family, this, that, job, education, etc., etc. This is temporary. Tomorrow there will be different situation, again different. It will change. We're always changing, but our permanent self, which is now dormant, as another countryman of yours said, within you, without you, it's neglected, so it has to be revived. This is something within us, like a potential within the seed, but by giving water of the mercy of Sri Guru, the seed becomes growing. It manifests as a sprout, then it manifests as a little plant, and then manifests as a huge tree with leaves, flowers, and fruits. So that is the tree of prema, divine love. So prema nama, the name, how to say, endowed with prema or divine love. If we think about some person, like our dear person, dear friend, who is somewhere else, say on another continent, or maybe gone somewhere, in another body. So we have some mental image, we have some nice memories about that person, but that is all. That person will not come here, because that's still a conditioned soul, very limited. But when we hear and we chant and we remember the names of the Supreme Lord, who is called in the Vedas Vastava Vastu, means the highest truly abiding substance, having highest existence. So then our eternal relationship with Him, which is real love, is being awakened. So we will now practice Bhakti-yoga, some practical engagement, after which there will be some topic I really prepared for today, but I had to make this introduction. So in the second part, maybe 20-25 minutes, we'll dedicate to one type of yoga I wanted to discuss with you. So now, to refresh, not only to refresh ourselves, but to, enter the realm of bhakti little by little, we will chant together this transcendental sound vibration, which was received by great fortune by us from great personalities, our gurus, you can see. My Gurudev, their Gurudev. So they are powerful personalities, and actually the residents of the spiritual world. Here they are present as only ambassadors, So the ambassador is definitely, a citizen of his country, and is proud to be representing his country in another country. So this country is material realm, and those great personalities, gurus, they are very happily representing spiritual world for us, conditioned souls of this world. So the meditation for chanting, which is very important to maintain, is all merciful, all blissful, transcendental energy of the Supreme Lord, O Supreme Lord, all attractive and all joyous and giving all joy, please engage me in your eternal service. That is this is our eternal function. Our temporary function is here. This is called karma. We'll talk about this in a few minutes after chanting, but karma yoga we'll talk. But our eternal function is called bhakti, means
transcendental devotional service. So to activate that, we have to chant. Then anything you do will get spiritualized. I know you're doing many important things here. I heard that you're doing, how to say, healthy life. You're also helping others. You're quite sattvic, means you are engaged in welfare activities and you're helping humanity, we can say. But this engagement, this transcendental sound vibration and the chanting of the Mahamantra is actually our eternal engagement in whatever situation we're in, whatever activities we're engaged in. This chanting is our life, which is never ending. The life in this material world is unfortunately ending. So this mantra makes you truly immortal. You forget about death. You become abhaya, means fearless. Everybody's fearful of this world, you know. Mostly of death, you know. Everybody's defending. But when you become open to spiritual reality, nothing to fear anymore, because you are under direct supervision of the Supreme Personality, Bhagavan, you know, we call him Krishna, right? So, if you're ready to start, most welcome to join the Kirtan, Sankirtan, or congregational chanting. So first, leader sings, you listen carefully, and then the choir sings. But since maybe some of you haven't chanted before and some of you can see this mantra for the first time. Who can see this Maha Mantra written for the first time? Okay, some people. Who has chanted before? Anyone? Okay, very good. So some people chanted before, some people seeing first time. So that's why we're gradually entering the chanting process. First you'll chant 2 names, then 4 names, then 8, and then 16, whole Mahamantra. So please try to repeat after us. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama.
Rama Rama.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Excellent. So now 4 names. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare.
Hare Rama. Hare Rama.
Hare Rama. Hare Rama.
Rama Rama. Hare Hare.
Rama Rama. Hare Hare.
Excellent. Now 8 names. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare.
Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare.
Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare.
Now 16, the whole Mahamantra. Please be careful not to mix the pairs. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Brilliant. So we'll try to sing now together. First the leader, then the choir. When I sing, you listen carefully 1 time, then sing together, and then continue like this. Ready? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Lord Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Gaur Premanande, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Nitai Gaur Premanande. So this is our life. Before we start the second half, maybe some of you want to ask anything about you've heard or any subjects. So anyway, I know that you need some time to digest. Maybe then we can talk privately more at the end. But anyway, I wanted to touch one subject today. So, as we heard, yoga means union, right? And 5,000 years ago, when the Vedas were recorded, the quintessence of the Vedas is this book, Bhagavad Gita. Who has heard the name Bhagavad Gita? You've heard? Okay. Who has read Gita? No? Okay, so 18 chapters, 18 yogas. You see the battlefield of Kurukshetra. After this great battle, this Kali Yuga, or age of quarrel and hypocrisy, started. That is the Iron Age we're living in. So Krishna was with the 5 Pandava brothers, and he was so much loving towards them. He became their charioteer, chariot driver. The Lord himself became chariot driver of the 5 Pandava brothers. Arjuna's chariot. Arjuna was the third out of the 5, so he's a great hero of Mahabharata. Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata. So Arjuna was distressed. We were discussing another day in Chester. Arjuna was very much distressed because he could see that on the opposite side were his relatives, his gurus even, Bhishma, Drona, great warriors and great gurus. I have to fight with them now. And Krishna, being the charioteer, received the order from Arjuna, "Oh Krishna, please take my chariot to the middle of the field. I can see both armies. I can see the army of our enemy." So then he could see great personalities. I have to fight with them. And then he lowered his hands and said, "I'm not going to fight." Then in the second chapter we heard in Chester how Krishna was saying, "Oh Arjuna, please give up this unresoluteness. You have to be resolute in purpose. Devasayatmika buddhi ikeha kuranandana. You have to be resolute. And you have to fight because you're a warrior. So it's your duty to fight." So anyway, it's a long story. Then Arjuna accepted this as the will of Krishna, and finally Krishna said, "According to my plan, they've all already killed in this battle." So terrible amount of warriors was killed, like 614 million, I think. I'm a bad mathematician, but I heard such an amount. So finally Arjuna accepted the order of Krishna, and he was performing his duty, right? So duty means karma. Every one of us, there's in British English karma, but karma is a bit, you cannot understand. But karma, I say in Sanskrit, so K-A-R-M-A. Everybody knows this word nowadays. It's like an international term. Karma means something you have to reap what you've sown, what returns to you. Good activity, good karma, bad activity, bad karma. Sometimes people say instant karma. But karma actually means activity. That's the proper translation from Sanskrit. That's the activity. So whatever you have, most welcome, whatever you have done brings result. And performing your duties in order to get some good results is called proper karma. So that is your duty. For example, someone's a teacher, so he teaches. Someone's a driver, one drives. Someone's a father, one raises children. Somebody is a farmer that looks after the harvest, like this. So this is called karma. So if you do your prescribed duties nicely, you get very good karma. Next lifetime you'll get educated, you'll get rich, you'll have very nice family, you'll never know any deficiency in anything, like this. So people, especially in India, since they already know about karma and reincarnation from very young age, so they strive towards that, to have good karma. And when you talk to them, you speak about Bhagavad Gita, they say, oh, dharma means like your constitutional duty. They say, dharma means karma. My constitutional duty is my material activity. That's what they think. Well, that's true, but we speak about karma yoga. So the third chapter of this book is dedicated to the unity with the Supreme through activity. So we're all working, we're all doing something. But the nature of this world is that the karmic activity, or the activity which has some desire for fruits of that activity, is binding you. So the desire binds you, like this. You get into that net, right? You can be attracted by some wonderful place, like a garden or anything, but then you can see there's no way out. You're trapped. It's beautiful, but you're trapped. And you become hungry, you become anxious, you understand that something's wrong here. No freedom. So activity binds you. So like actually the squirrel in the wheel feeling good, you know, because when she runs, then she gets some nice grains, some nuts from the master. But, you know, someone has to tell the squirrel that that is not all, you know, that you have to go beyond that. So karma yoga, therefore, is the process. How to unite with the Supreme by karma yoga. So Arjuna, being bewildered in the battlefield, received many instructions from Krishna about the perfection of yoga, yoga of intelligence, Bhakti-yoga we're discussing in Chasta. You can see on our channel. Later I'll give you cards, you can follow those parts of the seminar. So, but simultaneously, oh Krishna, I'm, confused by your seemingly inconsistent instructions. First, you're telling me to stop working, and to be engaged in buddhi means conceiving the Supreme with your intelligence. If you want to be engaged in buddhi yoga, means yoga of intelligence, then you have to stop for some time, you know, just concentrate and think like this, activate your intelligence. But then you're telling me to fight, and he's in the middle of the battle. Actually, that conversation happened 1 hour before the battle. For 1 hour it was going on. And then, so Arjuna is confused. How is that? So to drop activity or to engage in activity? What is most important? Then Krishna is saying, there are two types of transcendentalists, means yogis. Those who have achieved perfection can naturally drop the activity. They can stop working because they have achieved an advanced level of yoga. They've mastered their senses. They have no material desires like this. So then, okay, stop. But before, if you try to stop, then you're an imposter, pretender. Yeah. And Krishna is saying that verse, nice Sanskrit verse, he's saying, Karmendriyani samyamya asti manasasmaran indriyartha vimudhatma mityachara sa uchyate. He's saying, one who has artificially left the activity, prescribed duty. For example, one is a farmer, right? You're farmers, I know. Right? All of a sudden you stop and you go and meditate. But you have families, you have obligations, you have karma to perform, you know, so it's completely unnatural. So such a person would be an imposter. So what Vedas are saying, what Gita is saying, don't leave your activity. You continue with your activity. Don't stop being a father, mother, you know, or farmer, or responsible person. You continue your activity, but engage in your activity in such a way so that that activity doesn't bind you anymore. That's the whole thing. How to engage in yoga, being situated in your proper position. Like Arjuna was the fighter. He was on the battlefield. So he was listening to Krishna, but he was holding his bow and his very, very, how to say, celestial bow and arrows. His great, great weapons he was having of Indra, the lord of the gods, demigods. So he was having in his hand like this. And he was ready to fight. But he was thinking also about the instructions. So then Krishna is saying further on, those activities fully dedicated to the Supreme will never bind you. Although one person, one who performs so many activities, performs really a lot of activities, will never be bound by them because he's fully dedicated to the Supreme Lord. So he's connected with the whole. So Krishna is also saying action and in inaction and inaction in action. So when you act, right, actually you don't. Arjuna was doing many things. He was killing many warriors. He was shooting arrows into body of Bhishma, his guru, because Krishna told him, etc. But because Krishna told him, Krishna is the initial guru. So he told him about that. And Arjuna was shooting. And he was not bound. That was zero. His karma was completely zero. You see? So this is the method to stop karma. Because we're all always suffering and enjoying and suffering by this karma. Two terms, you remember them? There are two types of karma yoga, or the union with the Lord by activity. First one is sakam. Kama means material desires. So for example, you have a garden. You have many gardens, yeah, I'm sure. And you grow vegetables. But you're thinking, that's mine. It belongs to me. But okay, there's some church or temple nearby, so I'll bring 10%, 20%. I'll bring, okay. But I think if I bring, then I will have more enjoyment. So such a person is sort of selfish anyway. He's pious, he's giving something to the Lord selflessly. I mean, not selflessly, but voluntarily, I wanted to say. But it's still selfishly. That's why this is called sakam. Right? This is good, but still binds you to your karma. And nishkam means without material desire. So when you act for the Supreme Lord without any material desire, then that is called actually surrender, the beginning of surrender, and then your karma becomes zero. This is called inaction in action. And those who are renouncing prematurely, they are engaging in action in inaction. They're imposters. So they're sitting meditating, but they're like cranes, The crane stands in the lake, but looks like a great sage, but actually looking for some fish. Fish. So, buck, that's in Indian languages. So as soon as he sees some fish, then immediately catches. So that is the imposter yogi, who's prematurely renouncing prematurely. So we should not become like this. That's why everybody is advised to do karma yoga at every step. So you see, anything which around you is around you, like your garden, your whatever you have, as belonging to Supreme Lord. Ishavasimedam sarvam yatkinchat jagat tad jagat tyanasyaktena bhunjita tisdana svidhanam. One mantra, from Upanishads, Ishopanishad, is saying that everything within this material world is actually the property of the Supreme Lord. You have to engage in, how to say, maintenance in some temporary use of certain quota that really belongs to you, because everything belongs to Him. We also actually belong to Him. But we're thinking we belong to ourselves and we do what we like, but we don't know what to do. That's the problem. We don't know what to do. somebody taught us what to do, but then we're disappointed. It's been cheating. The screen, misled us. False books misled us. Some bad friends misled us, so we don't know what to do. And finally, we find ourselves in a miserable situation. We're performing karma, 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 and karma, like squirrels. Circle, 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 circle. So to stop that, to become really happy, process of yoga is needed. Selfless dedication to the Supreme. That's the message of Bhagavad Gita. And finally, this is the third chapter we're discussing just a little bit, briefly. At the end of the third chapter, Arjuna is accepting all that. He's understanding, yes, you're supposed to be acting for the Supreme selflessly. But there's one strong but. There is one force in this material world. And he's asking at the end of the chapter, like, Krishna, what is that force which is forcing you, inducing you to act in a way you know it's wrong, but still you have to force, like a magnet, some magnet is attracting you, like a hypothetical metal object, is flying, and then the metal is automatically attracting it. That object might not want, but it's attracting. Like flies, being caught by that thing. Fly, what's that called in the villages? Fly catch, so they become, attracted by that sticky thing. So or wasps stick in the honey and give their life like this. Or moth give their life in the fire like this. So that is called lust, or Arjuna. Yeah, Krishna is saying that is called lust. What's that? Yeah. Mahashana Mahapapma. Very, very formidable enemy of this world. Very dangerous. Lust. What is lust? Lust is desire to enjoy. Like, I'm the enjoyer. That's it. Well, more often it's used in a meaning of like sexual feeling. But anyway, it's desire to enjoy. Like, I love me, this one. This is lust. But in spiritual world, everything is prema. Everything is for Krishna. And then the devotee enters the realm of prema, or divine love. That's it. So this name is endowed with this prema, divine love. The more you chant, the less that great force of lust of this world is affecting you. Then the more free you become from lust. So this is an amazing universal remedy for our eternal happiness. I mean, from a remedy from this engagement in this material world, and then eternal remedy for our eternal happiness. Then we'll be eternally happy. So very, very briefly, I wanted to speak today, and if you have any questions, most welcome. Before we sing last kirtan, we're gonna sing loud kirtan at the end. Nice kirtan means chanting, but some people came a bit later, and I don't know all of your names. Jenny, I remember, and some of them. And your name is? Juliet. Very nice. And gentleman in the back? Arjun. Arjun, very pleased. And my name is Sadhu Maharaj again. And your name, lady in black? In the back. No, in black. The back. Very black, me, Alice. Alice, and the back. Ishwari. Ishwari, oh. Arjun and Ishwari, yes? Who gave you those names?
We had a mystical experience.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
Took the names and left her open.
We can discuss that. Your name? No, it's three people at a time. Lady at the front.
Emma.
Emma.
Jess.
Jess. Your name? I'm very pleased. And your name again? Sorry, I was asking your name, but
Nicole.
Nicole. Your name? Anna.
Sophie.
Sophie, and the little one is Elite. Your name? Aline. And Rob. Ellie. Jenny. Nice to see you. The 3 Jennies, that's what I remember. So, my name is Bhaktivedanta Sadhu Maharaj, or just Maharaj, no problem. So, I reside in Vrindavan, India, and travel sometime. And since we have nice connections in the UK, I come from Lithuania, Eastern Europe, but we have nice connections in the UK. I lived here before, so come as a sannyasi again sometimes to meet people and these wonderful devotees. Madhurika is our local coordinator. She's from Conwy, and she organizes some programs. She joined quite recently, and she stayed in India, Vrindavan, for some time. This is Purushottam. He's where are you from? London, right? Watford, right? So, okay, but he also stayed in Vrindavan, and also nice devotees. So you can keep in touch, and if you have any questions, it will be interesting actually to discuss something since we have more time. And please don't feel shy. And Maturika is preparing some prasad portions. Okay, doing. So soon we'll give you some vegetarian refreshments, and we'll share something we brought from India in the form of Mahaprasad from our deities. You know, the great mercy, Mahaprasad, when you offer something to the deity, that's called Mahaprasad, means great mercy, so sanctified, very special food, sweets. And if you want to ask anything, most welcome. It's like a free discussion right now. Please don't feel shy. After all, we're all members of the same family, we can say. Yes, please.
Unfortunately, I can't remember the name of the person. He's called Babu something. Yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, so he says that we're sort of
Oh yeah, Lala Babu. Lala Babu, when he was leaving home, he overheard the conversation of 2 boatmen. He was saying, the sun is setting, it's time to go to the other side. That's what. So he understood, okay, the sun of life is setting, soon death will come. And soon a new situation will come, we never know. When and where, depends on our karma and inclination. And it's time to go to the other side. But to the other side means from here to there, through the process of chanting. There's no other way now. And the Vedas are saying, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Iva Kevalam, Kalo Nastyeva, 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 Gatiranyata. 3 times repeated, no other way, no other way, no other way. 3 times repeated, chanting of the holy name, chanting of the holy name, chanting of the holy name. In traditional Indian schools, when children are taught by masters, teachers, they make them repeat 3 times. If something is repeated 3 times, means it's very, very important. So you have to remember, memorize. So no other way, no other way, no other way. Chanting of the holy name, chanting of the holy name, chanting of the holy name. Other processes don't work. People are short-lived. Manda, sumanda, matayo, manda, bhagyo, padruta. Very lazy, deprived of good fortune. Mind is always disturbed, like this. Short-lived also. 100 years, if you live 100 years, you're champion. Guinness book. You get into Guinness, like this. So before, people were living in golden age, they were living 100,000 years, then 10,000 years. In silver age, 1,000 years. You remember from Bible, maybe some of the characters of Bible, they were living like up to 1,000 years. So that was previous age. But now 100 years only. People were also tall. You remember those skeletons, 5-7 meters tall, right? 8 and 10 feet like this. But now only 2 meters at best. Also, mentality is quite materialistic, primitive. People are thinking very roughly always. Eat, sleep.
Don't you feel like there's a change? Don't you feel like there's some kind of
Yes.
movement?
Yes, movement. Exactly. That is movement. Exactly. Sorry, I forgot your name.
Alice.
Alice, yes, Alice is completely right. So movement, that's why this process is a movement. This process is called Krishna consciousness. Bhakti-yoga is otherwise called Krishna consciousness. So the movement of your consciousness. You know, ahara nidra vaya maituna. Ahara nidra vaya maitunam cha. There's one verse, you know, there's one scripture, hitopadesh, some instructions for morality. It's like supplementary, but very nice instruction. Ahara nidra vaya maitunam cha. Pashubir naranam. Dharma Deshu Adhiko Vishesha. And Dharmena Hina Pashubir Samana. There are 4 activities which are common for human beings and animals. What are they? Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. People are doing that nowadays very actively. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. But somebody said, you know, some ancient materialist in Latin said, sociale animal est homo. You know, human is a social animal. No, much, much more, actually. Not only eating, sleeping, mating, defending, but dharmena, the dharma, adhika vishesha. Dharma means follow the path of religion. That is the main and unique function of the human being. Otherwise, just two-legged animal. Dvipanda pasha. Two-legged animal. You know, that's it. Eating, drinking, enjoying. No, the dogs don't go to church. Dogs don't do yoga, you know. Cows, if they come to the temple in India, they're accepted. Mother, you know, cows, holy animal. But then gently they're showing the way out also. You know, enough for you this time. All right, but not dogs. Dogs never accept, hey, dirty animal. Yeah, but anyway, consciousness is different. But human consciousness is, there are different kinds of consciousness, actually, 5 types of consciousness. So completely dull, you know, that's the consciousness of minerals, trees, you know, they cannot speak, they cannot move like this. They can feel certainly. Minerals also, by the way, corals, you know. And then, what's it, shrunken, you know, animals, moving living entities, lower than human, fish, reptiles, you know. Then budding consciousness, some primitive human consciousness. There are some human beings who worship ghosts, some wild tribes, the cannibals, etc. So primitive type of thinking. So the budding consciousness. Then blossoming consciousness. Blossoming consciousness is actually when you become the devotee of Krishna, devotee of the Lord. Blossoming. There are many moralists, theistic moralists in the world. They are believers of different religions. That is beginning of blossoming consciousness. End of budding, you know, like buds, then they become blossoming, like early spring. Some flowers are still probably in this climate, not completely blossoming, but they will in July, I hope. So when there will be more sunshine. So in the same way, when people become moral religionists, then they definitely have budding consciousness. But truly budding consciousness is when you become one-pointed devotee of the Lord. Like you practice this karma yoga without desire for your own pleasure, your own fruits for yourself, only giving everything. It's very high level actually. But then you become true devotee. So when you become true devotee, after that you develop your spiritual body. So when you develop your spiritual body, Swarupa Siddhi it's called, then that is fully blossoming consciousness. Yeah. Purna, what's it? Purna Chetana, anyway. So fully blossoming consciousness. So that is the consciousness which is typical only for human beings. These 3 types, budding, blossoming, fully blossoming, only for the human beings. So amongst these 3 levels, there are 5 types of human beings also. Immoral atheists, first one, like wild people, you know. Still they worship some ghosts, they might be cannibals eating each other, you know. Then moral atheists, you know, Chinese, Soviets, like this, moral atheists. There's some moral codes are there. You have to be good, don't steal, don't kill, like this. But then moral theists is quite common. So moral theists is very common, many religionists in this world. So they practice path of religion. So they are getting themselves ready for departure from this world to that. But since they're not one-pointed, and their conception is quite not clear, who is that Supreme Lord, you know, if a person or not person, or what does he look like. So sometimes you talk to Christians, they have quite vague conception about God. Like, when you go to God, what will you do? Will you have Nim or not? Does he have Nim? What does he look like? Will you be in the same cloud or nearby? And when you meet him, what will you do with him? What he will do? What will he do with you? And what will you do with him? Don't know. Just don't know. Okay, so this is called vague, not clear. Vedas will tell you everything. Who you are. In the previous meetings, we were speaking about the soul a lot, and Chester was speaking about the soul. And the place was, by the way, called Soul Space. So we were speaking about the soul. So individual soul, the Vedas say about the individual soul, they say, oh, that's the measurement of 1/10,000th of a tip of a hair. You take the tip of a hair, divide by 100 parts, each part divided into 100, and you get 10th